Joining us right now is the Democratic senator from Pennsylvania, John Fetterman. He was one of the first and fiercest supporters of President Biden in the wake of the CNN debate. And what that analysis kind of gets to, moving away from the polls, Senator, it gets to the questions and concerns surrounding President Biden still. His ability to continue running, win, and serve another 4 years. You were with the president during his stops in Pennsylvania yesterday. What did you see being with him?
Yeah, I actually spent the entire day with the president, and he was perfect. Whether it was in Philadelphia or whether it was in Harrisburg, at every single stop that we had, people were thrilled. I mean, people were thirsty to have their picture taken with the president. And he was crisp and he was engaged. And the Harrisburg event, it was actually in the 90s, and he was crushing. He was just doing fine. It was like a perfect, normal kinds of Joe Biden that I've always seen. And he has to be really happy after that day, because whether we went, they were all great events.
Did he falter at all? Did your interaction with him bring you any pause?
No, not at all. Not at all. He was fully engaged, whether in private conversations that I had or publicly or interacting with the public anywhere at the point. He was just regular Joe, and that's the Joe that I recognize.
You have 5 Democrats who have come out publicly to say they believe that you need a new Democratic nominee in order to run and win. There were calls yesterday, a high-level call amongst House Democrats hosted by the Democratic Minority Leader, Hakeem Jeffries, to kind of take the temperature. And I want to read you what some of CNN's reporting from that call, which is: one of the concerns expressed during the nearly 2-hour call was that Democrats will lose their chance at the House majority if Biden is the candidate, one of the sources said, adding that it was generally acknowledged the nominee should be Vice President Kamala Harris. One of the people that CNN has learned was expressing that concern is Pennsylvania Democrat Susan Wild, concerned that if Biden stays in, it threatens their chances to win back the majority in the House. Do you see that concern? What do you say to that?
No, well, of course, I'm a big fan of Representative Wild, of course, and she's in a difficult race. She always is. She's in a really purple district. So there's always things in play here. But regardless, I don't agree with any of the things that were said. And I want to see more people, if you really want to say those things, put your name attached to that rather than some kinds of leaking from a private meeting as well. But it's just a couple members of the House, and I believe Joe Biden is actually the right Democrat right now. And also, I'd like to point out that Sleepy Joe put Trump to bed in 2020, and I believe he can do this in 24. It's going to be close. Every time Trump's going to be in this ballot, it was going to be true in 2016. I've been saying that. Same in 20 and same in 24. And your guest that was before me, he was talking about he was underestimated and things. Yeah, he was, and it's going to be close as well. And we were supposed to get wrecked in 22, and we actually went great. So I'm not a poll denier, but I just don't think that this is the true picture of where we're at right now. And Joe Biden had a great day yesterday, and that's why I'm going to stand with him. Others,
there are other Democrats who are not necessarily saying that Joe Biden should step aside, but that they are still not yet convinced that Biden has done enough to prove that he's still got it. I want to play for you Senator Chris Murphy and also Adam Schiff. Listen.
Personally, I love Joe Biden. I don't know that the interview on Friday night did enough to answer those questions. And so I think this week is going to be absolutely critical. I think the president needs to do more.
Given Joe Biden's incredible record, given Donald Trump's terrible record, he should be mopping the floor with Donald Trump. Joe Biden is running against a criminal. It should not be even close, and there's only one reason it is close, and that's the president's age.
One of the things that Chris Murphy is saying is that he believes that this week is a critical one for Joe Biden to prove his doubters wrong. Do you agree that this week is critical, kind of to decide what direction this candidacy is going to go?
I don't agree with that, because it's Joe's campaign, and his campaign is now it's going to continue through November. He's going to be our guy. That's our guy. Whether we go to Chicago and whether we go to the end in November, that's our guy. And I have a lot of esteem for my colleague from Connecticut, but I just happen to disagree on that as well too. And that's where we're at on that. And at least to his credit, he's willing to put his name to his words on that. But Joe Biden has been a great president, as he's acknowledged that. And I'm not going to chuck him for a rough debate. I know that better than anybody. So that's where we happen to disagree on that point.
One final thing. CNN has also had reporting that Biden told Democratic governors last week that part of his plan going forward is to stop scheduling events after 8 p.m. so that he can get more sleep. Can he or any president be effective if they have a cutoff time of 8 p.m. every night? I mean, what happens when something does happen late? He seems to now be admitting that he's not at his best then.
No, I really am not sure if that's even true. I can't really report on that. But again, if he has a bedtime, okay. But he isn't a liar like Trump. And again, Lynn, Trump is all about Project 2025. I mean, that's what we really should be voting on right now. It's like, do we want the kind of a president that is all about Project 25? And anyone can read on that, because that's what Trump is all about, that as well. And again, if somebody wants to be outraged about some random story about bedtime, okay. But you know, my money is going to be on the guy that just whooped his ass in 2020, and he's going to do it in this time again.
Senator John Fetterman, thank you very much for coming on, Senator. It's good to see you.